All right, hey guys, here we are. Hole number 5. Going to take another look at this one. So we are going to get just a little bit more aggressive here. The wind's down a little bit, which doesn't make me quite as happy. I'm almost half tempted to go tighten here just to get a little bit more carry on this. Getting it down farther can be a little bit better. So typically I'd like to not do this, but because I can get an 8.7 on this typically. So with an 8.7, that's also staying up in here. We're looking at maybe right here on the ring play, probably just a wee bit of curl back. Just to kind of keep it away from that left edge over there. So let's see how this looks. You can see, this will help me to get it down here just a wee bit longer, which is more or less what you want to try to do. The farther you can get it down here, kind of the better. But as I mentioned, if I had that 8.5, 9 wind, I probably wouldn't have even done that. I would have probably just went KM. I just want to kind of get it down to a certain spot, like a certain distance, and make sure that I can get it to there. And I essentially did that. But I want to make sure that it kind of gets to that area that I'm at right now and not 15, 20 yards back. I don't want to ever make sure that, I'd have to go outside of the next club. So I'm just trying to make sure that I definitely get it to that long iron. Give myself a good opportunity on this one. Very interesting. Going hook slice here. What this does do is it will get it. This ball will wind up farther than mine, which is something that is really cool. But he's gonna have to pull this shot off. He didn't get it over to the left enough. Typically, what you'll want is you'll want to land it much more to the left of that fairway if you do get it that way. But you can get me out drove and get it to wedge distance doing it that way. So it is something to keep in mind. And you can see I'm actually down towards min club a bit. Actually makes this adjustment fairly easier. Now, the one thing it also does is it makes, it might make the ball guide not quite run out. So I'm going to have to get just a little bit more aggressive towards the top here. But I'll typically be able to play, so at max club, I'll usually play 1.9 per ring. This is going to be a little bit closer to 2 1/4. Maybe even just a little bit less rings than that. So 2.5, 4-ish rings, somewhere in there. Just a little bit more than 4. I caught a great ball. Wait, I caught great ball to the left. I over-adjusted at 4 rings, so keep that in mind. For sure, that was too much ring adjustment. So at 4 rings, that's it's 2.4? No, it's 2.3. So I adjusted 2.3 per ring, maybe just a little bit. I might have just gone a little bit more than 4 rings. 3 rings was almost more spot on, which would be more in line with 3 per ring towards min club. So that's interesting. So if that's a 3-ring adjustment, it essentially means that it's playing almost 3 per ring at min club. Which means that on the average case, if you do wind up at mid club, maybe try to play 2.3-ish, 2.4 there, see how it goes. But again, you may just want to, play around with that, see, and just try to figure out where you get up to. If you want to see an alternate shot, if you don't have an advanced bag, do check out my other guide. I did a more simple approach, but I also talked a little bit more technical in the last video. It's probably worth checking out the last video either way, whether you're going to do this long iron, because I got very technical with kind of a strategy for getting you a little bit more dialed in for the ring adjustment. So it's definitely something worth checking out. So you can use that same type of strategy for this shot, even if you do go for that long iron shot. So keep that in mind. Good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next one.